Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy Evolution Tarn. Now, there have been a few third-party figures of Tarn in the past, but, well, this is the first actual official figure of Tarn released. And, well, for our first attempt, how did they do? Well, starting off with the box. Well, of course we've got the standard Legacy Evolution box. So of course we've got no window. Got some of the paper strings that was holding him in. Normally I remove those, but they're taped in, so... Got Tarn's tank mode here, which looks amazing. Got his name, Comic Universe Tarn, because Tarn is actually from the IDW comics. I would prefer to say IDW Universe Tarn, but seeing how IDW no longer makes Transformers comics as of 2023, I can see why it just says Comic Universe Tarn. The side, we've got Tarn and just firing his shoulder cannons at someone. Got his face, which is an actual Decepticon insignia. This is going to sound blasphemous, but I haven't read the IDW comics, so yeah, feel free to hang me, but I still think that looks cool. Of course, this side, we've got the mural. This looks like Tarn's face, but I'm pretty sure that's meant to be the rumored Nemesis Titan. I did say that this was Tarn in previous videos, but yeah, this looks to be the Nemesis Titan that's been rumored. Speaking of the Nemesis, there it is. The back, we've got Tarn in both modes. The Evo Fusion gimmick, where you can give him a really big gun. And that's pretty much it for the box. Well, first of all, the QR code if you want to scan that, which I forgot to show on Leo Prime's box. Darn it. Or should I say tarn it? I'm not going to make that pun again. Let's just get to the figure. And, well, look at the figure. I mean, this is a really cool looking tank mode. Like, just the fact that they took this, well, they had to take this from the illustrations and turn it into a 3D thing. I mean, of course the third-party companies also did it, but still, this is really cool looking. I mean, of course, there's some hands showing, but... Well, still, I just think this looks really cool. So looking at the details, of course you got these two little mini turrets right here. The actual big cannons right here. Got some combat ports right here. Got the back. Hands, if you want to be nitpicky. Got some ports on the treads here. Got the front, I guess, snow plow thing. I don't know. That's got a Decepticon insignia right on it. The underneath, where you can pretty much see what's going to form the robot mode torso. We've even got the back of the head right there. But Yeah, of course you're not going to display this guy from the underneath. Now for gimmicks in this mode, well, of course, with this being a tank, we can plug in some blast effects, because it does have the little knobs there. So we can just plug these in. And of course, oh, there we go. So we can just plug in some blast effects into here. So we can have them firing. These can go outwards if you want them to. This main turret can go around 360 degrees. And these barrels can go up and down. So yeah. Or if you want them to get shot at, oh, my throat just stopped working there. If you want them to get shot at, then of course you can repurpose the combat ports as blast ports. Unfortunately, there's none of the little nubs that Siege and Earthrise had, because they phased those out during Kingdom, unfortunately. So yeah. But it's still cool that, even though it's not as prevalent as it was in the War for Cybertron trilogy, because, well, a couple of figures don't have the blast effect ports in the guns. But, of course, we can still use the blast effects, which is really cool. So, yeah. Now, that's pretty much it for the vehicle modes. And, well, just before we get on to the transformation, here's Tarn with a fellow IDW character, Blur. This, of course, being the Velocitron Blur. I mean, he's not called Comic Universe Blur, but come on, that's essentially what this guy is. He's modeled off the IDW version of Blur, so he's essentially Comic Universe Blur. And here he is with another Comic Universe figure, Impactor. And this sort of shows something interesting. It seems like the Comic Universe figures are going to be based on comics from any publisher, because of course Impactor was based on the Impactor from the Marvel comics, and of course Tarn is based on IDW Tarn. So it seems like the Comic Universe figures are going to be based on any Transformers comics, whether it be Marvel, Dreamwave, IDW, possibly who's ever going to be the next comic publisher for Transformers, if you're watching it in the future. Because, who knows, the Legacy might be the new Transformers Generations line, I don't know. Could be a trilogy, I don't know. But with this knowledge, I kind of want to see it like a new version of the Dreamwave version of the Fallen. Like, not the one from the movies, but the Fallen from the Dreamwave comics. I think that would be cool. Or maybe more characters that originated from the comics, like, of course, Impactor here, Tarn. Maybe an IDW version of Getaway, because he was a pretty prominent character. Maybe a comic version of Chrome Dome from IDW. I don't know. So, yeah. And of course, we also have the Shattered Glass toy line, so. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode, so. Let's get onto the transformation. So, to start off, we're just going to remove this entire section. Oop. So, just remove this entire section. Yes, it's parts forming, but it's weapons parts forming. And, well, might as well just move the guns up one peg, as you can see. And we'll set that off to the side. Tilt your camera up. This part's only necessary if you're doing a review on this figure. And now we're left with this, which, I don't know, this could be like a little rover thing. I don't know. But we're just going to start by unpegging the legs from the main body and just moving them down. Untopping the arms. Open up these little flaps here. Flip the treads around. Close this up, and this is revealed to be a faux part. So flip this around. Tap this in. Close this up. Straighten the arms out. Straighten the legs out. Also just split the legs as well. Straighten out the legs. Straighten out the feet as well. Get them standing. Rotate this around. Rotate the hands 180 degrees. So now we have this going on. Unpeg the back, like so, where the little front turrets are. Rotate the front treads around. Get the front section down. And you want to just rotate all this around like so. Get the head around as well, if I can actually reach that. There we go. Squeeze the treads in. So squeezing the treads. Push this in. This is now his chest. Spin around this section. This is now his back. That just clips in. Get these little tread sections down. These are now his arms. And just spin these up. And with this, we'll attach this on later. But for now, if my Lego stand doesn't break, here we've got Tarn in robot mode. And yeah, this is a really cool looking figure. I mean, he definitely looks accurate to the comics. So if you're a fan of the IDW series, whether it's the original ones or the rebooted ones, I'm not sure if Tarn appears in the rebooted ones or not. But if you're a fan of the IDW series, then yeah, I'm pretty sure that you'll love this figure. So we get 360. Quite a clean back. There's no hollowness. Looking at the face. Of course, he literally has a Decepticon insignia right on his face. And if I remember, the QR code bio says that he's so loyal to the Decepticon cause that he literally has the Decepticon insignia on his face. So yeah. Now, with this, you can do a couple things. Main thing is you can just plug this onto his arm, so it's some sort of a double fusion cannon. And yeah, that works, of course. You can just take some blast effects and plug them in. Like so. But, of course, this is Legacy Evolution, so we've got the... Well, we've got the Evo Fusion thing going on, so... Of course, you've got this going on, but... Of course, you've got some other things. So if we just remove this... If we spin this around... Move these down, like so... I'm gonna have to... Get these little turrets down for this. We can plug this into Tarn's back. And he's now got shoulder cannons. Just like on the box. And I threw the box away, hang on. Just like on his box art, he's now got shoulder cannons. So yeah. You probably use this in some of the comic stories, but as I said, I'm a sinner who never read the comics, so yeah, I'm not sure if he ever used this or not. But the last and my favorite... So we take the guns off and, well, we don't need this section anymore. We can also flip these back up. If we take these two guns, we can just combine them. And if he's actually going to hold the freaking thing, he now has this huge gun, and this is how I display Tarn, because this just looks amazing. Like, seriously, this gun looks like it could do some serious damage. Plus, seeing how this is blast effect compatible, if I could just... So, yeah. Now, of course, just removing this for the posability, and I might as well just show this. Of course, we've got the ports in the feet, so if you've got the Junkions from Legacy, like Scrap Hook or Crash Bar, or if you're watching this in the future, Axle Grease, or in my case, just Blast Effects. But we've also got lots of other ports, like on the legs, the arms. We've got two on this arm, the shoulder. If you got this, then got 5 on the back. So you can really arm this guy up. So yeah, this guy is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And just before we get to the posability, here he is with Blur, so you can definitely see that they're not forgetting about IDW, despite them not having the comics license. So yeah, I kind of wish that they do an IDW style Megatron in the future, even if it is like an Autobot, but eh. And here he is with fellow Comics Universe figure Impactor. So we can see that we've got a figure from the Marvel Comics and a figure from the IDW Comics. All you know is someone from the Dreamwave Comics, the Fallen. So, moving on to this guy's posability. Of course, his head can go side to side. He can kind of look up. He can look down. His arms can move due to, and that is a part of the transformation. He can T-pose, although, well, seems to sort of have trigger-happy shoulders, it looks like. And if you want, these can also sort of move down. So if you want to have this look going on, then... If you want to have this look going on, then go ahead. No one's stopping you. But he can T-pose. But he's got elbows, bicep rotation, wrist rotation. The hands can open and close, which is amazing. Waist rotation. Legs can go forward that far, back about that far. Got knees. If you untab it, he's got really good knees. Of course, you can do the splits. Ankle pivot about that far. And this can swivel. Oh, and it can move his feet. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Tarn. So just get this into his hand again. So, complaints. Well, I mean, these might break over time, but really, I can't think of any complaints. Nitpicks? Well, actually, when I first transformed these, the chest and these little bits can come off quite easily. So that can be annoying. But, really, this is one of the best figures in Legacy that I've gotten, in my opinion. Because he looks amazing. He handles amazing. There's little to no hollow parts. This is just, in my opinion, this is just one of the best figures in Legacy so far. I mean, if you're not a fan of IDW, then, well, it's up to you whether you like this figure or not, but come on. I've barely read IDW. If anything, the most of IDW that I've read is the Shattered Glass Packing comics, and I still love this figure. So, do I recommend this guy? In fact, I would say, even if you're not a fan of IDW, then absolutely. This is an amazing figure. The transformation is fun. He looks amazing. The Evo Fusion is cool because, come on, this gun looks intimidating. So yeah, I definitely do recommend this figure. So yeah. So this has been my review on Legacy Evolution Tarn, and this is Charlie Young signing off.